So this is going to be another movie review. This one's called On the Line, 1984. This is going to be another David Carradine flick. My third one this weekend. Got them all on DVD. I'm watching David Carradine stuff before I get to Don White's recommendations on DVD. Also watching Chinese movies. I'm in the middle of Special ID, which isn't that great, unfortunately, even though it has Donnie Yen. So yeah, this one's got, it's also got the Spanish Babe and Tiny Up, Tiny Down, which is a much better flick. She's not very believable as a Mexican prostitute. Number one, because she's from Spain. And number two, she doesn't show her private parts at all. Making this look more like a TV movie or some shit. It's worse than Born in East LA. It's filmed in Laredo, Texas, on the Rio Grande River, border of Mexico. And it's just about a bunch of Mexican illegals, or wetbacks as they're called, going across the border. Sam Jaffe puts it later on very poignantly. All they're trying to do is search for way of life, something like that. I like the ending, like the last 10 to 15 minutes, but the rest of the movie was hella boring. There's a cool plot twist at the end. It's about these border agent kids. One of them falls in love with the allegedly Mexican prostitute. She looks more European to me, but whatever. She speaks Spanish, so she speaks Mexican Spanish. She knows Spanish, but she speaks Mexican Spanish, if that makes sense. So there's subtitles, a lot of Espanol in this flick. David Carradine plays the retired border patrol agent who's helping illegals sneak across the border. He doesn't do a very good job of it, by the way. He's always getting caught and sent back to Mexico. Where he keeps trying, and then his truck gets stuck in the river. Things like that. One kid dies. Nasty border patrol agent guy. He's kind of shoot first, ask questions later. He's in love with her, and so is the young blonde kid. So the young blonde kid gets in a lot of trouble. He marries her in Mexico, but he can't bring her back because he's a border control agent and he needs a waiver. And he can't get a waiver right away. When she finds out, she flips out and throws her ring on the sidewalk and like stomps off in anger, because he never told her that he was a border patrol agent until they got to the border. Then he he finds her again, tries to smuggle her back into the United States, but they get caught. She goes back to Mexico, and David Carradine's sitting there playing cards, and what do you know? The blonde-haired guy wants to be like David Carradine, his uncle. Um, so that's about the long end of it. Really super boring. It felt like a TV movie. There's no nudity or very little blood in this movie. Just like one of those made-for-television type flicks. And I think the disc was damaged or something because it kept skipping at the end. Although I'm seeing that a lot on my portable DVD player. It might be time to get a new one, but I can't really afford it right now. I'm just waiting for that Chinese lady to come back, so hopefully we can get to know each other better and seal the deal or whatever. I've been waiting a few years for somebody like her to come along and rescue me from this single life. So cool. She's coming back in July, only a month and a half. I hope she still wants to see me. I think she does, but I haven't heard from her in like 5 months, 4 months, something like that. And I'm still not a permanent employee of a cable construction company, but anyways, the Spanish babe and Tiny Up, Tiny Down. Get to see her hairy beaver and her chichis and her get to see her behind parts too. So yeah, full nudity in that one. Zero nudity in this one. She looks a lot younger in this one too. I like her better when she's older, actually. Like fooling around with Antonio Banderas. I guess she had to pretend like she was Mexican in this one. It wasn't very convincing, like I said. Kind of boring music. Really run down and not a good place to live, but David Carradine enjoyed it. Got plenty of hookers and beer, and cigarettes. That's all David Carradine needs, not only as an actor in his acting role, but also in real life. So I liked how the Mexicans were kind of fighting for their freedom to immigrate. Showed a spirit of, I don't want to live in squalor kind of thing, which is understandable. I don't know why more Venezuelans don't just skip across the border. It's much easier than, say, Cuba. So it had a really nice theme. I just thought it could have been better, a lot better. Just couldn't get into it at all. What do I have next? Let's open it up and see. It'll be like that the guy who loves Hershey's Kisses, Retardotron. Lone Wolf McQuaid is what I have next. This Ranger. Anyways, this flick on the line, it reminded me of the other David Carradine movie about Colombian drug smugglers. I don't know what kind of goods David Carradine smuggles. Maybe he's smuggling drugs in this one. I don't know. They don't really say. It's mostly people, though. Because there are no scenes with him smuggling goods. So they say he smuggles goods. I don't know what kind of goods. Probably drugs, I'm guessing. Anyways, not a great flick. It's in the Psychotronic video guide, but it only has like a few lines about who the actors are. A lot of famous actors in this one, but unfortunately it falls short in terms of script, plot, storyline. There's really, I guess you could, it's just people getting killed and trying to cross the border. There's not much substance there. The characters weren't, I couldn't really relate to any of the characters, especially the allegedly Mexican prostitute. And I was angry that they didn't tell her to take off her clothes too. So that's about it. Gets an NR rating, whatever that means. It's like, this looks like a PG flick to me. So I don't know where that came from. This next one that I'm going to watch, Memorial Day 2016, is rated PG also. This has got Chuck Norris and David Carradine from 1983. And David Carradine was a lot of movies during the 80s, man. He played in a lot of major roles, too. I don't know how he remembered his lines. I guess he would just show up and learn his lines. Like, I don't know where he got that from. Maybe his dad. But I guess he was born with it. I don't know. Cool that he was in so many movies in the 80s. Some were really good, some were not so good, some were okay. But I can't say that I really hated any David Carradine movies except for maybe Death Sport. Yeah, so continue watching. Hopefully I'll get some Japanese movies, Enter the Void and Tokyo something something. Let's see if I can look it up here. Probably not. But I'm gonna watch some more recent movies, some Chinese stuff, some movies that Don White recommended. So I'll probably get into that next month. House. She's not gonna watch that stuff, but find something to do. My son wants to see Angry Birds. So check that out next week. You know, I don't really have money for movies or anything. It's iPod or DVD player. Shoestring budget. It's that Chinese lady to courtship or marriage or whatever. Tricky because I've been divorced twice and the Catholic Church doesn't know it. Might have to switch churches or figure something out. My privacy or whatever. That's 1 hour 58 minutes. It's like a TV movie, really long and boring. just a bunch of border agents going to Mexico to pick up this Spanish babe pretending to be a Mexican prostitute. Both of them fall in love. One is jealous of the other one. And it just leads to some kind of interesting circumstances. But man, first hour, 45 minutes, you can pass on and just fast forward to the ending. Much better. That's about it. That's the end of my review. 2 out of 5 stars later.